Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Francisco Cervantes. I'm the president of our Associated Student Government here at Pueblo Community College. And first of all, I'd like to thank both chambers of commerce, the Greater Chamber of Pueblo Commerce, the Greater Pueblo Chamber of Commerce and the Latino Chamber of Commerce for being here today to help us make this a festive occasion. And I'd like to start off with introducing the president of Pueblo Community College, Ms. Patty Erjavec.
Good morning. It is absolutely wonderful to see so many of you here this morning. In March 2010, the students of Pueblo Community College voted to impose a student fee on themselves in order to renovate what was then known as the College Center. The students expressed a desire to expand the opportunities made available to them as a PCC student, while at the same time addressing some of the stigma of a commuter campus. Enhancing student life at Pueblo Community College continues to be a strategic initiative in our efforts to improve retention and completion rates. The completion of this renovation is but one step to success in our commitment to the PCC promise. This project ended up being an $11 million renovation, and I cannot begin to express my sincere appreciation to the many, many individuals who contributed to the design, beauty, efficiency, and functionality of the space. We appreciate the good work of CBRE, Ryan and Krista. Are you here? Ryan and Krista? They worked so hard on this project. Let's give them a big round of applause. And Chris, thank you very much. Oz Architect, is anyone from Oz here? There you are. Thank you very, very much. And of course, GH Phipps. Where's our friends from GH Phipps? Are they here? Thank you very, very much. At the risk of forgetting someone, please be sure to take a moment to read the many names on the banner as you enter the Welcome Center of everyone who was involved in this project. I would like to personally express my sincere appreciation to all of the diligent and dedicated PCC staff and faculty who work to support the student-driven initiative. Cliff, thank you so much. John, Broody, where is John here? John, there you are in the back. Again, I don't want to start naming names because there are so many individuals that helped us with the physical construction, and there are so many support staff that helped us through this renovation. When you stop to reflect on the beauty of this campus and the many outstanding attributes, I'm sure you would agree with me that the quality of the buildings is simply reflective of the great support staff who demonstrate daily genuine PCC pride. Let's give all of our faculty and staff a big round of applause. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the ASG officers and the culinary arts students who have worked tirelessly on behalf of the entire student body to ensure that the voice of all students was well represented throughout this process. We definitely have a product that we can all be proud of, and I personally appreciate your dedication to this project. A couple of weeks ago, when the building was first opened, it was just that, a building. But with each day that has gone by since then, the environment has begun to acquire a warmth and a personality that is representative of the PCC culture. And I can't wait to see what evolves over the next little while. The name has been changed and the construction is now complete. And today we officially open our doors to what I am sure will be many rewarding events and lasting memories which will be sure to change the face of Pueblo Community College for years to come. Thank you all so much for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, next I would like to introduce our Interim Dean of Student Success, Ms. Carriann Martinez.
Thank you, Cisco. Well, I would just really like to note that this student center is absolutely our vision of increasing student success. You know, years ago there was a survey that was put out to students, and their feedback we listened to. And so you will notice an enhanced enrollment process. We have our Go Zone all in one location, and not to mention a nice waiting area, which is a piece of feedback that we got from students. We have a new quiet study area. Again, that is one thing that students said that they wanted, and we listened. The other things that you will note is that we've got greatly enhanced resources for culinary arts students, our kitchen, GPA dining room, and classroom. And it truly is our hope and belief that this new facility will help facilitate student success, which will increase retention and graduation rates. Thank you.
One thing I didn't mention earlier, beside being a part of student government, which I'm very grateful for, and I appreciate everything all the opportunities that I've had given my direction, I'm also a student employee here. And so I'm going to point out some of the services available inside of the Student Center. You'll notice when you first walk in through the main entrance, to the right is the Welcome Center. And the Welcome Center is a place where students and community members can gather information about services, not just in the Student Center, but also throughout campus. The different programs, clubs available to join, just a directory. Also, we have the new rec center. It's a huge improvement from the original rec center. It's a lot more spacious, state-of-the-art equipment. It's just a bigger free weight area. It's really nice. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback in there from community members and from students, and they really like it. And we're just hoping to continue improving in areas that students feel that we need to improve on, and we also listen to community members too, so we're always improving. And we also have a quiet study. We dub it the Panther Den. It's all the way in the back of the Student Center. It's a space for students to be able to go ahead and study in an area where they know they're not going to be interrupted with a lot of talk or a lot of noise or music or anything that might distract them from being able to study. And also, I would like to go ahead and introduce our current student government, starting with our Vice President, Rachel Batchelder. Our Secretary, Sorsha Ogaz. Our Treasurer, Eric Teakin. Our SAC Officer, Bonnie Lechtenberg. Our Clubs Officer, Skylar Klein. Our Student Activities Board Officer, Max Trujillo. Our Senator at Large, Jason Herrera. This team right here is a really good team. I'm real fortunate to be able to work with each and every one of them. And together we have really knocked out a lot of important tasks on campus this semester. And without them, this job, even the student governments ahead of these fine individuals are the ones that made this come to life, the whole building, the whole experience, the new services. And so I'd like to thank them first and foremost for their hard work. And so all the improvements, everything that we see on campus is mostly due to this group of individuals right here. Another service in the building is the Culinary Arts Program, and they really do a lot here. Just over the weekend, they hosted a wedding, and just being a part of the volunteer service that helped out with the dining, I was able to hear a lot of feedback from some of the guests in the wedding, and just nothing but positive things to say about it. So I'd like to go ahead and thank Carol Himes for all of her hard work in the culinary program and for making Pueblo Community College a well-known place of service. If I could go ahead and get ASG to come back out here, please. Sorry.
Like that, with her name, I don't know.
After the event today, I'd like to invite everybody to stick around to enjoy we're going to be giving out tattoos in there. We have a photo booth. We're going to be collecting photos from students. We're going to create a mosaic of all the photos of the Panther. We're going to put a mosaic of the Panther together afterward. There's going to be popcorn, cotton candy, and I believe refreshments are also in there. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Mr. Gus Sandstrom. He was alumni of the Pueblo Junior College and former District Attorney of Pueblo, Colorado.
Well, welcome everyone. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful opportunity to maybe share some history with you. One of the things that I'm surprised that hasn't already been noted is that the time capsule was found. And it was found by accident during this reconstruction, because 50 years ago, no one remembered that it was still there. And so they tore into the wall, and suddenly they found a copper box. And today you'll learn what the contents of that box contained. It reminds me of how special this campus is. 74 years ago, my mother went here. Of course, none of these buildings were here then, but in the 40s they built the administrative building, and there was a library over there where Miss Benfield watched over us very carefully and saw to it there was silence at all times. When you look around Pueblo Community College, formerly Pueblo Junior College, later SCSC, and then becoming USC and CSU Pueblo, I've learned something about myself. Every school I've ever gone to, as soon as I leave, they change its name. But I'm back here on campus with Pueblo Community College, which I'm proud to say I had the opportunity to actually go to. One of the delights as you look around here is that, one, notice there are no high-rise buildings. The buildings all blend beautifully into a park-like atmosphere, and they sit in the middle of the residential center of the south side of Pueblo. And that's one of the things that has always made this a very special, inviting campus. I hope that all of the students who are here really enjoy wandering around this campus and socializing in this great building. Now, there are a couple of us here that were here in 1960 when they put that up. My first class out here was in 1960. I was still in high school. But I went to the Pueblo Catholic High, and we didn't have some programs that I needed some classes, and the college allowed me to come on out and take my first two classes, tennis and first aid. I then went away for a little while, a semester, when I graduated, came back here at the end of that semester in '61, and started going here again. And I get to introduce one of my faculty members at that time after just a few more little notes on the history here. One of the historic things, in 1960, May the 3rd through the 12th, there was an arts festival. Here we are, some 50 years later, and we are in at Pueblo Community College, Artworks, the Year of Arts at PCC. Now, how ironic that the arts then were so important. They continue to be important at PCC. When I came here, this building was here, because if you look at the history of this, the administration building in 1940, the VOTEC in 1950, the student center in 1960, but in 1960, it was 42,000 some odd square feet for $801,000. Now they've added just a little less than 20,000 square feet to it for $11 million. Things have changed, but not this campus. This campus is still a marvelous place to get a great education with a faculty that in 1939, when my mother was here, in 1960 when I was here, and in '61 when I was here, the faculty was the same as it is today. a caring faculty who has much to share. And so we thank the faculty, we thank the students. And then I must tell you of this building a few feet back, because I added this part, but there was a portico just like this, but it was a porch. And we often would stand out on the porch, and then out here to the grass, that's where we would have our congregations of students and have fun and have parties and things like that. It was really quite a social outlet at Pueblo Junior College and at PCC. But then we glassed in half of it for the student government office. And I'm proud to have been president of the student government at that time. But there wasn't really a lot of work to do, and so every noon I met my secretary and we watched 2 soap operas. The Dark Shadows and All My Children. Think I don't remember, but they were wonderful times. And everyone I know from Pueblo and from outside Pueblo who came here during the 60s when I was here and then came back after Vietnam when it was SCSC, have always enjoyed this campus and the great education they get here. One of those great educators I got my first class in econ from, and I also, my lowest grade I ever got in college. He gave a final that was a true-false test in which I got a D. But he really knew economics. And I was proud to have him as an instructor. He was a proud member of this faculty, of the faculty at SCSC and at USC, and he cares about this campus, and I'd like to introduce him, and I understand that he is to be presented with a shirt. Is that correct? Bill Oswig. Bill, if you'd step forward, he will present you with a nice shirt here. There is another who was here in the 60s who, I got to tell you, to this day, I have the utmost respect for this good friend of mine. He was one of our greatest legislators in the state. He then served in Congress, where he equally served with greatness. And I'm proud to introduce and ask that the shirt be presented to Congressman Ray Kogosik. Another who went here, and we were just reminiscing about times both in high school and on this campus. And he too not only became a fine practitioner, but for years and years served as the Pueblo Municipal Court judge. He has been an active part of our community since he was at the college and the Pueblo Community and Junior College, Joe Ulibarri. And a final piece of history, and I'll leave you. As you look around this campus and you see, and we thank the architects who made this addition, and the architect who built the new building for classrooms. One of the things that most people don't know is that as you look at all of the other buildings from 40 to 50 in the original Student Center, the architect was the same, a Walter Del Ordent. And they have maintained the continuity of this campus since 1939, and that's pretty special, just like PCC.
Thank you, Gus. Next, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Dee Brown from the Greater Pueblo Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning. I'm Dee Rogers Brown, and I am the chairman of the Greater Chamber of Commerce for 2012. It's an honor for me to represent Rod Slyhoff and the Greater Chamber in congratulating you on this outstanding renovation. It takes a great deal of talent, effort, and determination to achieve such a challenging goal, and it's very inspiring to all of us to see that you realize this goal. PCC has been a committed and valuable partner with the Chamber and its business members for many years. I speak for all of us in saying thanks and congratulations for your efforts and your success. Well done.
Next, I'd like to introduce from the Latino Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Stephen Trujillo.
Well, good morning. Thank you to the students, to the faculty, and to the staff for the opportunity to join you today. I have to just tell you, though, as a former student, I remember sitting in class back in 2007, poring over notes because we're preparing for finals, thinking to myself, as soon as I graduate and walk across that stage, I am running the other way. But I have to tell you, though, that wasn't the case. And as an alumni, I can't tell you how proud I am to always be back on this campus, to see the great things that are coming out of this campus, and to be a part of, and to let people know that at some point, I was a Pueblo Community College student. And I tell you, that is something that I think I will always hold near and dear to my heart as a PCC Panther. And I have to say, on behalf of the board of directors, the staff, and the members of the Latino Chamber of Commerce, we say congratulations to the students and to the faculty on this beautiful facility, and we say thank you for your continued efforts to make Pueblo a better place and to make our students and their lives a better tomorrow. Thank you. Congratulations.
And thank you, everybody, for coming again. So we'll be getting to the actual cutting of the ribbon here. I would like to remind everybody that there will be a tour of the building after the actual cutting with the ambassadors. If you'd please raise your hand. So these fine individuals will be given a tour if you're interested after the ribbon cutting ceremony. At this time, I will ask everybody who was involved with the actual ribbon cutting to please go ahead and step forward to the ribbon.